Oh, hi. I am here with July 2026 Akashic Records, my morning meditation journals, and oof, was it a doozy of a month. I feel like every month this year is a doozy of a month. Nothing has felt particularly like, wow, that was so easy and I sailed through it. I'm working to sail through with grace, but I'm thankful for support, for spirit, for guidance, for friends. So July was still seeing a fella, I had a girlfriend who's a brilliant astrologer, and I know my chart well, but look at my stuff and be like, God, you are just flushing through relationship karma this lifetime. Like, just burn it up, burn it out here. Next, next, next. Call me Ariana. So yeah, I'm going to start July 2, 2026. Jesus is the guide that came through this day, and he starts, Good morning, sister. I do not mind being called Jesus, Yeshua, Christ, Sanat Kumara, Saint Germain. I have had many names over many lifetimes on many planes. The one you are familiar with is one I am both proud of and frustrated with, for I never wished anyone to turn my way of life into a roadmap that they would follow. Turning toward the heart within is the roadmap, for it is the portal of remembrance, to remembrance of God, remembrance of love. Where does your heart point you? Where is your devotion? Where is your desire? Toward your children. Yes, toward your grandchildren. Often it turns to face those in lack, those in need. Yet notice how there are some who have begun meeting you of late, begun caring for you, who are not in need and lack. Notice how compelled you are to continue engagement with someone who pours into you, who looks out for you, who cares for you the way you do with others, and to know that more reciprocity is coming. The more you open your heart to receive love, not only give it, the more you connect with God. At this point, my youngest son's higher self enters, knowing that I am thinking about him and his forays and teenage love. And his higher self says, There is no one place Elrond will meet a love, for there is more than one available. It has more to do with being in the energy of warmth, eye contact, laughter, communication, conversation. He must drop the shield that he hides from life with and stand as he is, believing who he is good, even though he is highly other, and trusting that he has something good to offer in partnership. A skill to work with would be looking in the mirror, practicing a smile, and choosing an affirmation or manifestation to say daily. He laughed out loud when I told him this. In addition, doing things he enjoys doing is a pathway to aligned meetings. Elrond is doing well, preparing for something new. You both are. I work with him continually. You are not the only resource he has. You are simply the most clear and easiest for him to hear. I love that about how engagement happens, just knowing that Jesus was willing to pause. And then he continues by saying, Hector does love you. Of course he loves you. You met at the right time. You needed an opportunity to give and receive love and to walk away from what is not the kind of love that meets you, so you are ever more prepared to welcome the one who does. Your heart itself is the beacon calling in, and while sustainability and partnered love has not been part of your reality thus far, it does come, for it is the desire of your heart, and your heart is good. It was good to explore a new way. It is also good when you return to your own rhythms, where they are right for you. I am not concerned about your drinking. It will settle once you are out of house with Aurelius. It has given you capacity to endure. Thank it for its service to you and allow in new things that will replace the support it gave. Liviplex will clear what is stagnant, but your body is currently in no danger. Your belief, your faith very often creates reality. You have always believed tequila, particularly Jose, was in service to you. Therefore, it has been, and it is. Food is also vital in your feeling good, being present, rather than tapping out of the human experience you are tired of holding. The love you give comes for you. The provision, generosity, fullness you are returns to you. Trust and belief, for words are indeed spells, and mine have always been trustworthy. I do so love Jesus. July 3rd, 2026, the Mayan Timekeepers are speaking. I love them too. Welcome, daughter of the light. Let us begin with the phrase, there is no judgment. There is no judgment. There is no judgment. Only experiences that ask you to observe self and other, self in regard to other, other in regard to self, and choose what you would like to do with what you see. We, your Mayan timekeeper friends and supporters, say to you, the time of you being hidden away in the cave of a man who needs you but does not honor you is over. The movement comes, the shifting comes, the change comes. We like your Hector. His appreciation for you is off the charts. His desire for your medicine is deep. And he is not ready to love you, for love is still tied to another for him. This you feel. This is not good for you. We see another man as being your handfast, the one who ushers you out of where you have been into the bright future prepared for you. Stepping stones are perfectly viable ways to cross a river, and that is what this year has provided for you. Stepping stones. Hear our messaging. Let it come, and do not block your ears. There is nothing to fear. We support you specifically. We support Earth collectively, and you need not run from your experiences. You and Hector have spent many lifetimes together working to bring about the good, actively sharing love, spreading love. Sometimes your vows have been monastic with forbidden love at the core. Others, you have been imbalanced in social position, and on occasion you simply sink into one another and live in the bubble you generate together. But always, there is a sense of otherness to your bond and its expression, for you are both other, and have never needed partnership to remember self or connect with God. There is incredible resonance in your individual frequencies that is rarely found elsewhere. We do not point you away from him. He is valuable in bringing about next steps. We would simply say, do not remain loyal to him romantically if he is not making a place for you in his heart. For you do not need one who loves you in ideology or in part only. You are worthy of whole heart engagement. This many have worked to orchestrate, including us. Why does it matter that you come to the love that meets you? Your happiness matters, not just your choice toward joy through painful endurance. For women are not made to be sacrificed for all, so that men can rise. This template of imbalance is outdated. It does not belong on the earth any longer. Gaia cannot rise in disorganization of masculine and feminine principle. The masculine must bring equally in generosity. And this, we would say to you, Hector is not generous with you, while you are love poured out in form over him. He is moved by you deeply, powerfully. He is intrigued by you. He does not understand you, though he wants to. He certainly does not want to lose you, for his need of you goes to the depths of his being. But he is not offering self in generosity. He is defensively guarded, still focused on the ones who have rejected his offerings, rejected his vulnerability, rejected his outpourings of love. Of course, it is possible for the balance to come between you, and time matters. Timing matters. Aligned action toward or away from something matters. You are not waiting for any one man. You are waiting for the frequency of the love you are already to join you where you are, and this thing could be found in many partners. We share with you it is near, it is very near. Allow your current explorations to reveal ever more of who you are, not just as a giver of love, but as a woman ready to be met in love. When an experience is deeply painful, startling, confusing, jarring, providing mixed messages, or even worse, tearing down your self-belief, self-connection, self-love, these are not the partners you offer more of yourself to. These are the partners you let call up your truths so that you can honor them, even if a beloved other does not. Be encouraged, daughter of Metatron. None of your life force poured out returns to you void. There is recompense, restoration, and return, where you will work with another, and another will work with you. Continue saying yes to invitations that spark your interest, curiosity, or joy. As for your son, whom you love and orient your life around, let him love you back. He is a solid, stable support for you, just as you are for him. What he is seeking for seeks him as well. Joy comes for both of you. You have put in your time slogging through the trenches. Allow the new. Accept the change and know that it brings good. It is good. We bless you, daughter of the light. We bless you with the gift of divine timing. And because we love you, we offer it to those you love as well. To Hector, we offer divine timing in work, in lodging, in provision. His inner work belongs to him alone. Fate and free will, yes, Lyran. To Elrond, we provide opportunities to step up, to step out. We see you understand the time of your grieving is now over. The time of your flourishing is here. Go in light. Radiant One, the all is with you. Great is the support around you, and great will be your peace. July 4th, 2026. Elohim the Dragon is speaking. This is Metatron's orange dragon, Archangel Metatron. Elohim is the name the dragon gave to me. I don't, Metatron had said at one point, like, the more you and my dragon bond, the more he will offer you a name he's willing to be known by. So I don't say that as like the totality of his name. I think he's much bigger, but that's how he calls himself. So July 4, 2026, Elohim the Dragon. He says, "Good morning, daughter of the light and radiance of my heart. The long dark is over, for now you see intention from the one who tore you down with intention, so that he could use you as a stepping stone to rise." He speaks of my husband. "It is your Elohim come with holy heart fire to work with you this day, burning away all tendrils of loyalty, longing, passion, or compassion for the warrior who has been the bane of your existence." It is strong language, yes, but it is true. And we are not afraid to deal in truth now, are we? He has been cruel on purpose to keep you under his thumb, for he is a man of power disconnected from his heart. This is his free choice, entered into by his own will, and he will own the deeds of his hands, his will, his self-aggrandization at the cost of others, yet when it comes, it will not matter to you, for you are on your way. He has made a mockery of your heart, your devotion to his well-being, your spirit, your psyche, your love poured out for the entirety of your marriage. Vows that were beautiful and binding to you meant nothing to him. Aurelius never desired partnership, he desired worship. He is not in your corner, he is not your friend. All is burned away now, beloved one, who holds the heartbeat of earth and sky, of father and mother, of masculine and feminine creativity within. Your rising is here, your rising is now. You have grieved all that was horrific, all that harmed your children, all that came against your life, your mission, your purpose, and this was necessary, but it is now complete. There is a way out. It is here, it is now. Nothing is hidden from you that you need to see in order to take the next right step. It will be inordinately clear. Crazy here today. Of course, there is risk in leaving behind everything you have ever known, but feel the smile on your face, the joy in your heart at the thought of leaving everything associated with Aurelius behind. The children are your family forever. The love, nurture, tending, vision, creativity, upgrades you poured into the home will follow you. The money that is yours will come to you. None can stop this, for you are a daughter of angels, and none stand in their way. You are a friend of dragons. They know where the hoard is hidden. Exposure comes for you in the same way it did for Christ. When the woman said, "Come meet a man who told me everything I ever did." I gift you now with a crown of fire that will not go out and will call in all that is right for you. You are one with my flame, so it will not burn you up, burn you out. Instead, you will become ever more radiant, ever more visible, ever more flame in the dark. And what is meant for you comes. July 5, Metatron and Elohim are speaking. Good morning, daughter of my heart. Come in, come close. You have need of comfort this day, for your heart is hurting because of Hector's behavior out in town last night. He was not ashamed to be seen with you as if you are an embarrassment. He was simply looking for the one his heart still loves and wanted a possible opportunity to connect with her. He thinks of you continually. The draw he feels toward you is unlike anything he has ever known. And if you are asking for my guidance, I would not remain with a man. I would not remain connected to a man who reaches for you on all levels so he can possess you for his own without offering himself in return. Allow him to reap what he has sown, which is loss of access to your bright, beautiful heart. I have not invited you to sit today, for Elohim wishes to travel with you. Go with him now. We will speak soon. Elohim says, "Hello, Seraphina. Climb onto my back and we will fly to the land of whales." Alaska has been on your mind of late, for you just passed the 3-year anniversary of that trip and have spoken with a few friends about the challenges and beauty of that experience. We are now arrived. Send your message to Hector, then we will explore. Let us sit atop the ship you were on and remember together what took place. Here you were kind to Aurelius and his family, so very kind. And here you said no to what was not kind to you. Here you connected with the earth, yet were unable to connect with the Akash. Take a few deep breaths. Let your heart crack a little after seeing Hector just now. It was right to ask him to come get his things. It was right to say goodbye and wish him well. Nobody sees him like you do, as in nobody sees through all his hiding, his masking, and nobody has seen the unfiltered vulnerability you have. He does love you, he does want you, he does need you, and his healing is not yours to undertake. If Hector has love personified standing in front of him, but chooses to look back toward all that has harmed him, at all he has lost, this is his free choice. Perhaps sitting in grief immovable is truly right for him. Regardless, your silence is a better gift to Hector than your medicine poured out, for it treats him as though he is a man worthy of getting from his lover what he has earned, rather than a boy, or an invalid, or a victim. You honor his free choice and his masculinity when you say no thank you to that which does not honor you. This brings us now full circle to where we were before his arrival in your driveway. Surveying your kindness along with your no more in play at the same time. Orange is sacral power expressed. It is my preferred color and also the frequency of fire. Beloved, what you did when 3 years ago you stopped relating romantically and physically with a man who used you rather than loved you was to call your power back to you. Your pain is never required to image love. When you feel pain, speak it. If your partner does not shift his pressure, his grip, he is telling you he is then in masculine weakness, not aligned masculine strength. This asks you to step in with your own masculine energy and carry all. In Alaska, your I am made the declaration, I am finished carrying all, in full surety. That it has taken you 3 years to flush through what that means, how it plays out in everyday life, is nothing to feel ashamed of. Power to your sacral now. Power to your sacral now. Power to your sacral now. The earth, the water, the sky, and all clear what is not yours, leaving within only what is. Stephanie. You do not wear much orange. This would be a good color to have near you, as you reclaim as your own what you have so freely given away. Your fuel is for you and no one else, certainly not a man willing to use you to prop up his own inability or lack. Today, this journey is ended. Today, this journey is closed. Sovereignty has been chosen as the way in which you will walk. Therefore, sovereignty you shall have. This is what I have to share with you that your system can hold today. Let Hector go, Lirabelle. If he returns ready to love you, do what you will with it. But for now, I loop back to you the cord that flowed from your power center to his. You belong to self alone. The mushroom ritual he enacted where he declared you were his now has lost its power, for he did not rightly hold his end of what was spoken. I'm proud of you. I'll go with you. A new chapter begins, one of your flourishing, and all who love you delight in seeing this come to pass. July 7, 2026. The women who weave begin, and then Jesus and Mary Magdalene come. The women say, the grief of love lost after being found. That is what wishes to be seen, to be witnessed, to be cleared on this portal day, daughter of Avalon. We, the women who weave, clear all knots from past life, parallel timeline, future possibilities that cause the flow of love found to cease. For even when leave-taking comes, love itself remains. We weave into the thread of your tapestry. I am open to give and receive love. I am open to give and receive love. I am open to give and receive love. This now runs unimpeded through the totality of your tapestry, allowing you to say yes to that which is right for you. You are not hearing from Hector because his threads are tangled together like fishing lines, so that when he goes to reel a catch in, it can only come so close before it becomes stuck in his tangled mess. Yes, we will send our crystalline worker spiders to gently undo the knots with care, with gentleness, with grace, so that who he is as a being can authentically flow through his own all and through the all he engages with. Be not afraid, Seraphina. Love does not run out, For it is the core nature of Creator, who is generative expansion in always, only, ever. This is what we offer Hector, as well as the kiss of peace upon his brow, so that there is more quiet in his mind instead of anxious overthinking. He is listening, he is paying attention, he will hear and receive what we offer. We hand you now to Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, who have a message of encouragement for you. They speak. Rest, sister. Do not reach. Do not strain. Do not try. You are weary as you work to love more than you have thus far, to incorporate more, to be inclusive from your belief that this is the better way. You are working to include Aurelius's lover into your family. Whether this is universally a better way is irrelevant. It is right for you to try, for it comes from authentic heart center and no sort of moral striving. No one need bear witness to your experience, your long journey of pain and being unloved by Aurelius in order to make it true, but it is true, and many do bear witness, that you have chosen to take it, alchemize it, spin the straw into gold by laying down the identity of unloved wife and claiming your I am love. An unloved wife does not change me. Spreads life, spreads love, spreads divine heart frequency through the lines. In addition, it ministers grace to many, for you are a beacon of light in your home and family, not Aurelius. This is also witnessed by many. The time of your rising is here. The time of your recognition is now. The time of your long journey through grief and pain because of remaining loyal to a disloyal man are complete. You have chosen the path of love. You have included yourself in it, while also holding no social or moral structure that declares what it should look like. You have let fall all chains to dogma masquerading as faith, and your own alignment with Christ consciousness and the way it whispered, the one who is more capable must. Now a whole new world lies before you. Today, we gift your eyes. We gift you with eyes to see love that meets you, that honors you, that is not intimidated by all you are, rather scoops you up into its arms in joy, in peace, in nervous system rest, and in great adoration. What wants you but does not meet you is no longer welcome, for you are finished with this frequency. Therefore, this frequency is finished with you. Do not baby Hector, dear one. Do not baby anyone beyond literal babies. Even by 6 months old, an infant can learn how to treat others with the value they offer self. You are not an active teacher in the way of the rose, the way of love, though you may indeed teach by virtue of your presence, your choices, your behavior. You're doing well, beloved one. All is prepared. A salt bath would be good for you. You have aligned with many varying frequencies of late. Water helps distill them, bringing you more fully back into self as home. Our presence goes with you. Our joy merges with yours, and the love we feel for each other in ever-present union is the love that lives within you. Therefore, it is what you will be met by. July 8, 2026, Cyrus is speaking. Welcome, daughter. It is I, Cyrus, your relationship guide, come to tell you that the path is clear, the way is no longer shut, and all that is right for you is fully magnetized to you, unable to hold back, for you are radiance of the light brigade. You are life, you are love personified, and it is time, it is time, it is time. You have called in your highest timeline and done the work to prepare for it, for there is work to be done in partnering with the divine, primarily the active choice to lay down all that is not self, so that you can fully image the legitimate divine spark you are. Know that outcomes are not your responsibility. Authenticity is. When you show up as the truth you are, without hiding, without masking, without obfuscation, without subterfuge of any kind, particularly that of protecting another from your feelings or reality, you align with what is actually aligned with you, what was fashioned in tandem with you, what is designed to call up more of who you are rather than asking you to shrink to accommodate its range. Allow the sound to swirl around you, call awake movement within you, and return to the all, everything that is not abundance. There is enough love, and you are not the generator of it. You simply tap into the frequency that is. You are not provision, nurture, music, kindness, compassion, power, care, as if these things cease to exist in the world around you if you do not carry them. Rather, these are your preferred energetic streams to connect to because this is your joy. There is enough of everything. Lay down all pressure, all burden, all overwork that if you do not, it will be absent. Of course, you make impact from your choice to image what you love, what you find worthy, valuable, beautiful. Of course, it matters that you act in alignment with your desires. Yet the highest use of your capacity is to recognize yourself as a fractal of what already exists. And from that recognition, tap into what you wish to share, the divine abundance that already is, so that you are offering from an inexhaustible source rather than spending the totality of yourself in blessing others or in blessing the planet. Instead, align with the blessing that already runs through all and send it out. This will change every relationship you have, for it will cause you to cease being Cinderella, overworking, overgiving to provide what is lacking for loved ones, and instead spending from the inheritance that is available to all. In your most intimate encounters, it is imperative that you show up in your fullness, not withholding so as to be more palatable. Hector wounded you deeply. It was correct that you showed him the impact. He does desire repair with you. He recognizes your high and holy value. Let us practice now the difference between you being the help and you channeling the help through the stream that already exists. As a prayer, you could say, I call on the energy of self-knowledge, acceptance of the shadow, honor for its right to exist, and courage to appropriately face it. Please work with Hector now in whatever way he is willing, in whatever way brings him closer to his truest desires. So it is, amen. Exactly right, dear one. There is enough light, there is enough love, there is more than enough provision for every being to elevate to their highest potential, which carries much differentiation, for every soul and form is working out their own dharma. But coming back to the truth, to the remembrance that you can tap into the provision, but you are not the abundance necessary, is how you create the most flourishing on the planet. Call on someone's highest potential wisdom. Call on their guides, their guidance, anytime, at all times, and know with surety this thing is not you. This seems like strange relationship messaging, but I am reminding you of the truth that prayer is a far more aligned relational pathway than being living sacrifice for the well-being of those you love. Specifically, Hector is ashamed of how he used you, how he hurt one who had only been good to him. Also, he is not your only relationship, simply the most long-standing soul partner, so the familiarity and homecoming you feel in form is particularly intense. Right treatment has nothing to do with perfect behavior that never wounds another. Instead, it is living from self-integration where nothing need be rejected. Therefore, restitution, repair can be made, for ego is not in the driver's seat. The divine self is. This is as far as you are willing to go today, and this is good. It is good. So much beauty comes for you. You have been beauty poured out. Receive now. I will receive some tequila now. July 12th, 2026, Metatron is speaking. You are better off without him, daughter of my heart. If your husband cannot meet you, cannot love you, cannot walk the path with you, and he cannot, you are so much better off without him. Your dream was a redemption of the in-house family you grew up in, along with the beauty of the lake cabin and extended community your grandparents provided. Yet, this does not exist in your world, for the one you chose to procreate with does not value what you value. I have shared before, Aurelius and I have lived in the house the past 3 years as co-parents and friends, but we have been hoping to wait to divorce until our youngest is graduated, which is 2 more years. We may not get there. He continues, while we normally sit in what you see as my library, today let us walk this corridor that is the hall taking you from where you have lived your life into where you will live your life. You have created a slow, gentle ending, an easing out of your past self, past world, and this has been a gift for your entire pod. The grandchildren that exist because of you and Aurelius's partnership are great joy for you. Elrond, your son, is vital to your need for purpose. But what you envisioned and what you worked for your whole life was never going to take place because the partner of your youth was set against you. You have ceased working to make it be. There is an incredibly detached energy between you and Aurelius that will serve you when the leave-taking comes, for your heart is no longer bounded to his. It was never personal, dear one. As in, it would not have mattered who the person across from him was. The vision of partnered love that built a legacy of people, earth, home, community, this was never his, for he wishes something else entirely that is set against this vision. You were able to sit with your grandchildren yesterday, looking through the photos, the visuals of all you built, and feel zero grief, zero wish that life was different, that Aurelius was different, that it was different. There is no healing left to be done so that you can embrace a new way, a new partner, an entirely new lifestyle built from wholeness rather than fragmentation. As you have journeyed through this hall of mirrors the last 3 years, you have made it through all the stages of grief and are now sitting in full acceptance of every leg of the journey, with no protest left in your being that it should have been different. Nor is there any wish within you for it to be different. This is the story that is. This is the experience that is, the journey that is, the life path that is. And when you are able to hold it as fully divine, rather than carrying any remaining feeling of failure or what might have been, or if only, you receive the family you have as being exactly right. For it is what was co-created together by the energies, choices, humans, and oversouls of the entire group. One being never creates an ecosystem, daughter. This you know. You were simply burdened as a child by too much responsibility, too much weight that told you the results of an experiment rested on your shoulders alone. And because you were so dedicated to the work, you were willing to carry all. But marriage, parenting, family systems are group projects. They are a journey of co-creation where one being's actions influence the collective. This is why the current principle of manifestation feels so absurd to you. You have spent 50 years bumping up against the silliness that one person's I am is not continually impacted by and occasionally hijacked by the lack of integrity by which others engage in the experiment. Very often you have known sabotage of the agreed upon project by those who claimed to be working with you on the project. This does not mean you are not a master creator, only that you are not creating in a vacuum. You are not hard to work with, my beautiful one. You are not hard to partner. You're not hard to be faithful to. You are certainly not hard to love. You do see the best, believe the best, hope for the best. And this has taken you down some very dark pathways, but you have also grown enough wisdom through the hard knocks that you can discern between someone's higher self and their human choice points that are moving at very different frequencies. You do not unlove any you have ever loved, but you have learned to cease journeying with those who do not wish to go where you do. We are now arrived to the end of the hall, for this is where the last 3 years have brought about your own self-alignment, where you say, no thank you, to walking with anyone who is not going where you wish to journey, and staying true to your own magnetic north, even if it means you go alone. I now open this door to your future, dear one, knowing you are fully ready to walk through into a whole new world that is right for you, because the years of your investment, your work in love, marriage, partnership, parenting, nurture, community building, tending, being both the king and queen of every suit, these have created this reality for you. You sent it ahead, and it greets you now. Be welcome in all you have generated, all you have made, and know that I love you. I am proud of you. I go with you, as does all the light you image, for we do reap what we sow, and the gifts of Saturn now rightly come pouring into you. It is here. It is done. It is so. Amen. Sometimes I gotta pause to be teary for a minute. Too much snuffling. July 13, 2026. The Arcturians are speaking. Daughter, enter our ship, please. You are welcome in our chamber, for we have medicine you need in this season of depletion. If you are comfortable, recline in the chair, close your eyes, and rest. We speak to the wound of loneliness, causing much shadow to spread through your physical vessel. Be at peace now, for aligned companionship is here. You are not lost on the earth plane. It has always been your choice to come here, to walk her soil, to work here. But you do continually feel other in a way that keeps you separate from the community, separate from the tribe. There is a truth that your otherness keeps you separate, for the way you wish to engage that supports you is not often found on the earth plane. Attunement now. Attunement to the great central sun that houses the fire of your radiance. Attunement to the galactic center that ever calls you back home. Attunement to your purpose in choosing this incarnation, which was to hold the light, to house the light, to image the light that shines and never goes out. You are not a shaman, nor are you a healer with intention, though you do carry healing gifts within your body. Rather, you see and illuminate. You illuminate and you see. This has been isolating, for the archonic veil that has covered the earth causes vision to cloud, causes self to be rejected, and deception with intention to be a primary tool in which to gain access to what is desired, whether it be love, food, belonging, power, precedence, place, meaning, money, etc. What a strange way to engage indeed. But if separation from self and separation from source are one and the same thing, then the lower human mind would find a way to navigate this so that survival could take place. Not only is it all right to say, such and such happened and it impacted me in this way, it is aligned when you wish to share. For truth without subterfuge is how we communicate on higher planes, and this is a project of ours. Bringing that frequency to earth is our contribution to her rising, though of course we work in other ways to support her ascension as well. To be fair, persecution has come to humans expressing their truths, oftentimes persecution leading to death by torture. It has become a legitimate survival mechanism to hide, to withhold, to deceive about oneself, about one's reality. Yet this wound, this power misused to oppress another's sovereignty, is losing its place as a frequency holder through the active work of many. And though it has been costly to come out in matters of identity, whether in sexuality, faith or not, disagreement with the reigning political party, many souls chose this path to be active change bringers, and it has been an effective work taking place over the past 50 years. Authenticity is high frequency inhabitation. This is part of why telepathic communication is so helpful. It allows the continual being seen and known as you are, honoring your own reality while also giving others a clear picture so they can decide if they wish to engage with you or not, and to what level. Intimate physical relating does not require deeper authenticity. It is simply a closer lens. So there is magnification of character traits, wounds, history, conditioning, and the like. Daughter of Metatron, Seraphina Lirabel, there is never anything wrong with a being's expression of self, for it is the experience they are choosing to have in the same way Source chooses. And who is any one being to judge the expression of Source alive in another as if they can judge what is correct for the all from their own limited perspective? Yes, this is complex in theory and in reality, for there are things that should not be. Warped expressions that harness power through the usurping of another's free will, the stealing of their sovereign choice. And there are as many ideas on how to engage with this reality as there are stars in the sky. Some fight, some put to death, some enact programs of remediation, some work with the energy, while others work from the heart. Some join forces, others stay committed to their species view and work in isolation. What we will say to you is that solving this problem is not your work. It is not what you came for. It is not what you are made for, and the healing of this expression is not the antidote to your loneliness. Continuing on in authenticity is. Much of your life was spent suppressing, repressing your true self because she was not welcome at the table. She was not allowed to be present by the beings in power over her. And the siphoning of a child's sovereign choice has been a long-standing archonic pillar that today is falling as the systems that upheld it begin to crumble. There is nuance here, dear one. There is no need to see only one shade of black, one shade of white, and shove all into one or the other, for the spectrum of color runs on gradients the human eye cannot see, and the hive mind has conditioned to ignore. We have done much good work in your system today. You are full without being overloaded or overwhelmed, and you are clear of the frequency that declares you separate from love, separate from nurture, separate from understanding or companionship. It is found in many places. But one pathway to communion with the unseen is through extended time alone. This you know, this you have always known, this you desire. While the need for aligned human companionship remains, you have a multiplicity of love, communion, support, and conversation from many beings, earthbound, galactic, angelic, those in spirit, and you are highly skilled at connecting beings with one another, for you prefer diplomacy and inclusion, seeing divine spark in all over any sort of excommunication. We are now complete. Light go with you, daughter of kingdoms, for the light rises. The light comes. July 14, 2026, Metatron is speaking. He says, "Welcome, daughter of my heart. The love of God poured out over you wishes to greet you this day, for it is your turn to receive. It is time for you to receive. Your heart is beautiful toward those you love and those you do not feel personal love toward, yet are simply part of your human family. Do not fear for or worry about your Elrond. He will find his way through the journey of relationships, just as you have, just as you are. Turn your attention toward self now, for you are not only a conduit of grace meant to offer simply because you have much, you are meant for a grand love affair that images, that reflects the relationship between you and the God you love. Today would be an appropriate one to review your psychological and child self horoscopes, for their descriptions of you are spot on. They will remind you that you are prone to over-identification with the martyr's path as the way to peace with God, for suffering on the earth plane makes sense to you. I don't love that about myself. Heaven is above. You know you are not there. So why would you expect its frequency to be found here unless you bring it? You are correct in this, dear one, yet I gently remind you, the frequency of heaven is not suffering so that others might possibly rise. It is not sacrifice of self for the well-being of another, and it is certainly not the laying down of agency of personal power to accept God's directives as declared to you in a book collected by men. Of course, there are true truths found in the scripture you grew up with, but even channeled work is influenced by its scribe, and I would say 90% of scripture is not channeled work. It is simply the history men wish to record at the behest of systematic power machines. The greatest influences on your child self were the lines, "Greater love has no man than this, then he laid down his life for his friends," and "I and the Father are one," along with, "To whom much is given, much is required." In addition, Paul's soliloquy on love that forgives all things, bears all things, hopes all things, keeps no record of wrongs, and never fails, was a marker you chose to inhabit. You were a little scholar from birth, thinking often not on how you could be pleasing to others, but on how you could meet love's requirements, for this was and remains your greatest desire. If Christ was the highest expression of love found on the planet, and he was, if he and God were one, and they were, then emulating what you witnessed through scripture made perfect sense, particularly as a child. But what was written was not a full picture, and the teachings were twisted on purpose, with purpose, to keep the truly powerful small, while raising up to positions of leadership those who had no business being there. You are a carrier of much, but it was not given to you by some creator deity, as if you are not a creature of your own making from full free choice and how you wish to live out the divine spark you already are. Beloved, there are no requirements on how to rightly image love. There are a myriad of ways to do this, For love itself is a massive scalar wave. No one being in form can hold its totality. Instead, people choose which ray they align most fully with and they radiate it. This is perfection. Perfect love does cast out fear. There is no room for either of those frequencies to be found in the other. And perfect love certainly does not declare that God requires anything from you. This life is the work of your hands, your heart, your will, based on how you see reality and who you wish to be within the world you have created. Of course, you are not the creator of the world at large, for fate, the higher will of the planet, and the energy of millions work together to make what is, yet the reality in which you live is your creation, based on what you find valuable and what you do not. Harmony is a value to you, but this does not mean you must always be harmonic with beings who have no interest in musical coherence. It could just as easily mean you only work with fellow musicians who do not claim center stage by playing over the rest of the orchestra. I see you understand the point I am making. So then, in regard to receiving love on this new moon and Cancer day, I offer you a clear directive that you can pick up or tune from. The time of a reality built around your child self's belief that the path of Christ consciousness was that of suffering servant, sacrificial redeemer, or death via martyrdom is now past. For you are woman, having walked that journey all of your life. Your current self sees the story differently. So then it is time to engage with it from the person you are, who sees with greater range, who has adult's capacity to interpret, and who knows with full surety that Yeshua came in as a sovereign being of light for his own purposes that were good. And this is the way you hold his light if you wish to, by being the sovereign of woman of light that you are, that you desire to be, who is practicing different ways of expressing self and her values. Your inner compass is so strong, daughter. Your high heart is so developed. The right use of your light is not stooping low to remain with those who need you, but cannot match you. Jesus' inner circle was 3. He invited. He was clear about who he was, about what he wanted, a leave-taking from systemic homogeny to return to sovereign divine blueprint in a word, freedom was what Jesus wanted. Yet, when a being wanted from him but was unable or unwilling to walk with him, he called them on their bullshit and kept going, not looking back to see if they were following. Those who were in need of healing with full faith toward it, he offered light to, but also he did not stay with them. Always he kept going. Always he kept going in sync with the beat of his own drive, his own inner compass that directed his path always. You have graduated from all the schools you chose. You have completed all tasks, all coursework, all the heavy lifting of mental expansion. It is now time to live all you have learned from full free choice. You are ready to be an equal participant in the frequency you honor above all others. Therefore, love that meets you, love that honors you, love that treasures you above all things is here now. I am delighted in and for you. I am yours. You are mine. And Metatron takes care of his own. Receive now, for it is come. July 16, 2026, the Hathors and the goddess Isis are speaking. Welcome, daughter. You were lovely in the field yesterday, exploring guidance for Hector, while working through whether or not spiritual purpose is the reason you came into one another's realities this time. We, the Hathors, greet you as the energy of Isis, she who was wife, mother, protector, provider, seer, and priestess witch of the highest order. For she was able to resurrect her own husband, calling what was dead within him to life. For life responds to the sacral power of the feminine. And all of this you carry, for you are a lifelong student of the way of Isis, even if you have not consciously known this. Notice that we said her healing power came through her sacral channel, and not her heart or her crown. Trust that the men who are drawn to you are pulled in because of this energy, and they have no active desire to siphon from you. Even your own husband was drawn to you because of your magnetism, because of your power. Although it presented differently when you were a maiden, it was still fully felt. The reason this matters is so that your trust in self expands. For all who come into your presence, all who offer pursuit, see the radiance of who you are. No one has ever had a desire to harm you, a desire to take from you, desire to be a partner who drags you down rather than lifts you up. What then is the root of your repeat experiences of betrayal, of abandonment, then return, and on occasion of raging partners suddenly turned dangerous? The root is that the resurrection your feminine template calls up speaks to the spirit of death at play in each man's life, and if they cannot do the work of changing directions, of turning to face the light, of taking one step at a time toward it, they will retreat from you as if you are the source of their discomfort, even as they continue to desire your light and all you offer. Again we say, none have begun with ill intentions toward you, but neither are you for the faint of heart, the faint of will, or power. The process of resurrection is incredibly disoriented and very often painful. You activate many. You are seen by many. You are, in reality, honored by many. Let go the tight grip you have had on the idea that if a lover walks away from you, it is because they never loved you, or that they had wished to trick you into engagement. This does not serve you. It serves no one, nor is it true. If they bump into their lack of capacity to turn toward you, and if they instead turn away, then simply cease offering yourself and continue being the sacral healing power you are, without bitterness toward them or blame toward self, and keep walking. Every man who has come to you has been right for you in the moment. You simply do not have your Osiris yet, and many men can image Osiris in the same way many women carry Isis. There is no stinginess in these frequencies. They are available to all who feel the call of life force, wishing to express their own creative or life-giving power. To the bond with Hector, who is a soulmate of very familiar energy, we say, when he turns toward you, feel free to receive him, but do not stop for him. Do not leave your forward motion to go back to where he is. You are not rescue. You have already offered all that was necessary to call up his own life force. He has been inside your body, your heart, and your etheric field. He has felt your deep attunement to his very depths, which has stirred much sediment. It is not lack of honor or rightly seeing your value that keeps him lagging behind. It is that his feet are walking through miry clay where yours are free of distortion and debris. He is and has been worth all you have offered. It is a good story you are writing together. As to your husband and his loss of work, simply allow whatever comes, knowing the divine works in your favor now and always, and sometimes this comes through swift severing. Have no fear, daughter of the light. All is unfolding exactly as it is meant to. Aurelius is no longer your concern, and very soon you will be free of the net cast around you, with all that is rightly yours. You will need no drudge work to provide for your future or your sons, for the provision of the cosmos rests on you. You must begin your day. Our blessing goes with you, as does the blessing of Isis. Receive now in full surety that all that is right for you comes. July 17, 2026. Metatron and Elohim the Dragon are speaking. Metatron begins. Daughter, it is time. You have known this day was coming. We have prepared you for change, swift and fierce. It is here. It is now. We have prepared you that change between you and Elrond is necessary for you both. Nothing is out of order. Nothing is out of order. This is exactly what was intended. Leave the house with Aurelius. You need not fight for what is yours. It is already magnetized to you. The 23rd Psalm is, and ever has been, a good mantra for you. The Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. Meditate on these lines the next few days as you let the shock settle. Wait a few days to share with anyone, even your family. There are things yet to unfold. All is well, daughter of my heart. It is not easy, the path ahead, but when has life ever been easy for you? You follow where intuition says to go, and you have never steered yourself wrong. You feel the change in the energy, the turning of the tide, and you move in union with what is. You have spoken aloud more than once that you felt change coming that would change all. You spoke aloud you wanted this last summer with Elrond in the house together. You have also spoken how greatly you do not wish to live with Aurelius any longer. Choice points call for a choice. You are ready. It is time. I have not invited you to sit, for there are many who would encourage you this day. If you trust me to choose, though, I send you with Elohim now. He will take you where you need to go. Elohim begins. The dragon. Come with me, Seraphina, daughter of the Light Brigade. We travel together to the place of severing, where all contracts are undone, where all fate you no longer wish to enact is cleared, and where all is transmuted to light, then sent up the channel to be housed in the collective wisdom vaults that are accessible to all. That it looks a bit like a dungeon with guillotine energy causes me to smile. For though this is what the ending of vows feels like to one with your reliability, your devotion to what you have declared as the governor of your life path, in reality, it is far more gentle. There is no guillotine. We are now arrived at the glade. Notice the sister witches at work in the meadow, tending and harvesting. For when a contract is complete, there is a harvest to be gathered. They come to work with you now. This is hard, yes. And you are ready. Speak the vow you made to Aurelius as a youngling. I was pregnant at 16, it was very young. Till death do us part. Watch its frequency leave your mouth, leave your body, leave your etheric field, leave your soul blueprint. No vows until death are ever appropriate, dear one. This is why it looks black leaving your body, for it is a dark spell. The three women collected in their siphoning bowl, working with it by speaking love as antidote, then sending its enlightened frequency up the channel to add to the wisdom. No more vows till death will ever be made by you. This does not mean you will not have sacred partnership that will walk you to the end, only that your vows will be to continue to grow in love and sovereignty, and what that means, how it plays out, will be for you to decide with a partner together. The second vow is a bit less challenging, for it has not been present as long, nor was it made as a covenant before what you understood as God. It was simply a mother behaving lovingly toward her son in a moment. Speak aloud the vow made to Elrond 10 years ago, when he was afraid that what he intuited was true when he said, I never want to have divorced parents. And you replied, I will make you a promise now that I will never divorce your dad. I smile with you. You could salvage this by letting Aurelius file it, yes, but the goal is removing the karmic imprint of this thread, as well as its impact. Notice how there is a pearlescent glow to this energy, very different from the first. There was no systemic coercion in this designed to keep women small, bound, or enslaved. It was made from full free choice with awareness of the cost required to fulfill it. The transmutation, the three work as it sits in the bowl, is a shifting of the color to orange in resonance with sacred fire rather than sacrificial love. It ascends to light now. The three thank you for your service in actively unraveling karma. For those who lay down contracts from free choice, open up space for others to do the same. They receive your gratitude as well. It is appropriate to leave the glade now. This is not a place of lingering, nor do you need any talisman to remember what you have offered up. New gifts immediately come in to replace what no longer is. Yes, immediately, Seraphina Stephanie. Open your hands to receive now. Open your heart to receive now. Open your life to receive now. I am proud of you, and I close our journey, forehead to forehead, breathing my fire. into yours. That was a big day. Feels big still. Whew. July 21, 2026. The women of the rose frequency are speaking. It is protection, daughter. We, the women of the rose frequency, say to you, his engagement with you is currently protection. The karma he has chosen to carry to purge in this lifetime does not belong to Hector alone, for he chose to share his father's full name and clear his karma if father could not. This is not something we would recommend, but women rarely choose this way. It is the masculine who comes in as a junior or a second or a third. And while this is free choice, oftentimes made by advanced souls, in form it rarely goes well. He is your mirror twin. All the beauty and all the chaos you see in him exists in you, and all the magnetism and stability he sees in you exist within him. You simply chose to suppress your free and unfettered Uranus in favor of the burdens of Saturn, and he repressed what Saturn asked of him, choosing to live under the burdens of Uranus. Your Hector's mind is currently not clear. Thick fog clouds his thinking, his decision-making, his ability to know what is right. Your gnosis is strong. What do you know about this one? I share what I know. And they continue, daughter, you are free here. He will take whatever you give him, but also he will take whatever you give him. He cannot actively offer you anything, which is in opposition to the nature of your connection. Therefore, we advise do not go deeper with this one. For even though you feel deep resonance with the soul who is like you, the man who is Hector cannot currently align with you. He is impulsive and is seeking to avoid pain rather than alchemize or transmute it. He is not currently going higher. He is not rising above. And the companions he chooses to walk with will call up the shadow at work around him rather than the light. None of these things are where you vibrate. Recognition is not enough. Beautiful gift though it is, there must be capacity to walk the path together. Hector is correct. He cannot walk the path with you, for your capacity is outpacing his. You inspire him, and you shame him. Oh, not intentionally, but simply by virtue of being yourself. When you spend time together, he becomes aware of all he is not yet could be, even as he feels the deep power in your connection. We say connection is not enough. And yes, that was an intuitive thought that perhaps he is giving you an opportunity to learn how to close a telepathic link rather than being moved by it, or allowing access by one who is disruptive to you rather than supportive. He is giving you a gift, Seraphina, beautiful one. Receive it as such and keep walking. You are very near the one who can meet you, not simply reflect your own divine spark back to you. It is well. All is well. You are well. The manacle around your wrist, binding you to him, we now remove at your behest, for you are not willing to be claimed as mine by someone who is pulling you backward into territory you have long passed. Let him feel the weight of both cuffs without your presence. See what he does, carrying the weight of his own choices and lack of responsibility for them. We are not judging, we are simply naming what is, for this is what love does. Love lives in the reality that is, choosing how it wishes to engage or not. Today, your love has chosen self, for there is currently no way for you to choose Hector and self at the same time. The future is not here yet, for you are building it together. We close here with blessing and the gift of renewed hope that you have not lost yourself through any of this journey with him, brief though it has been. You have found more of yourself, which increases your radiance, your magnetism, your power. Light go with you, love surround you, gifts from the all and from Venus in particular rain down on you now. July 24, 2026. The women of the rose and Hector's higher self, and then I believe Hector are speaking, although I don't think I'm going to put the part where actual Hector physically speaks. It's too personal. It's also personal. The women of the rose say, "O beloved daughter, open your hands and let go. Let go. Let go." We, the women of the rose, are sorry for your hurt with this soulmate, who is in no way ready for one such as you. Hector and Stephanie, through the light of the Akashic records, show a pair that images what is ready to leave the earth plane, where there is a genuine love taking place between two beings. However, the masculine is mired in ego-covered pain, causing him to use his lover as medicine rather than treasuring her, while the feminine is wounded and bewildered by her masculine's behavior because she feels the genuine love present. You did nothing wrong in saying yes, you were not foolish. But now that you see clearly, know clearly as the planetary fog of the past 6 weeks lifts, you are making the choice that the divine feminine everywhere is making, saying no thank you to love mixed with pain and letting go of partners who are incapable of offering their hearts for fear of rejection. Hector would not have let you go. His need of you is actually far stronger than your need of him. But his higher self would like to come to you now, sharing his perspective. We welcome him and hold the container so that you feel safe to relate with him. Hector's higher self begins. Seraphina. On behalf of myself and Hector, I offer apologies for an experience of unkindness, but oh, have I been glad to work with you again. Hector recognized you. Truly, he did. I prompted him your way, not because I wanted you to be hurt, but because you can reach him. As the tide is changing on the earth grid, he has a role to play as one who makes the turn from wounded boy to healed man. And the more beings that do this, the more Earth's field expands to hold a vibration that will call up the healing of more men. You are so beautiful, so radiant, so magnetic. Hector sees you as beautiful, radiant, magnetic. In order to walk with you, he must honor himself and you, neither of which he is currently choosing. Your beauty has been a tool to prop up his ego in the eyes of others, yes, but your kindness, your generosity, your sweetness shame him, for he knows you are good, and he is taking advantage of your heart, rather than rising to meet it. It could have happened, my sister, my friend. In this era, none come to you as lesson alone, where there is no possibility for the rising, for the beauty, for the oneness, for the union, for the signature of divine love to be expressed in form as masculine and feminine energies. But Hector is choosing stagnancy instead of climbing to the next adventure, and this is his free choice. You're in full self-cohesion. He has not yet been able to own all of his divergent pieces. Your presence alone on the street was a clarion call to begin the climb he wishes to take, yet also does not feel ready for, not because he does not wish to rise, for truly he does, but because he does not yet feel equipped. You have been good for Hector. You were invitation, you were invocation, you were remembrance. Absolutely, I hope for more of your light illuminating his hidden places, but not more than I wish to see my beloved one's avatar choose self-honor in full knowledge that she is worthy of honor, and in praise for the end of a long and taxing journey. You have capacity to see into Hector, but I will share with you direct communication from him as he is right now in this moment. Those are the things I'm not going to say because it's very personal. It's all personal. Hector's higher self continues. I use your oof. Now, Lirabel, you and I working together is always my favorite. You are doing the right thing, however, in opening your hands, letting go, and leaving Hector to own his choices. I love your higher self and your Stephanie self. I will send energy to the timeline where all you give comes back to you and meets you in return. Thank you for remembering me. For meeting me again. For the gift of your presence and the gift of your no.
I see beautiful changes coming that honor you rather than deplete you. He looks tall to me, a little younger than you, but not much. And I see your joy lighting up the world, lighting up your world. Be blessed, for you are a blessing to many. This was super curious. July 25, 2026, the Praxis ship comes through. So I recorded the transmission, bet afterward looked up on the internet, like, the Praxis ship, and from the interwebs it says, the Praxis is a ship designed by the Society of Conscious Thought that has ties to the Jove Empire, an ancient, highly advanced race in Eve lore that borders on the post-human or alien civilization. New Eden is a galaxy where Eve Online takes place, isolated from the Milky Way by a collapsed wormhole. I've never heard of Eve lore or Praxis before, but the ship, whoever is speaking on the ship, begins. Welcome, little one. It has been a moment since we have spoken, for you must come to us, as we rarely descend to Earth herself. We, aboard the Praxis ship, welcome you to sit and simply receive the codes we offer. Of course, your son is one of ours, brilliant in mind and field, understanding the codes that create all things with drive to solve complex problems quickly so that he can win. More of his creator capacity will grow. This song of the New Earth Codex composer you walk alongside, but he is currently in the building block gathering stage, which is in perfect alignment as a teenager. To the wound that brought you to us today. We are writing new script over your heart space now, so that what you radiate out from your very powerful magnetic field will call in those who can, not those who need. Why is the masculine energy on the earth grid so opposed to living from love, from authenticity, from integrity? Why so much intentional deception, withholding, manipulating of the feminine to receive gain at her loss? The code found in testosterone prioritizes self as a means for survival of the species, and the primal mind, the lizard mind, says the way to win is to procreate with as many females as possible. It is a minimizing of a masculine's humanity in favor of return to the animal template. It is a systemic turning away from the divine spark found within in favor of collective frequency that vibrates at a very low tone. You will notice our tones are incredibly high and bright. Deception for gain of any kind is not our way, and sexual deception is a way in which a woman's full consent is harvested against her will. It feels like a wound because it is a wound, particularly when a man comes in saying he is present to you because of the connection between you, because he feels your heart match. It was cruel, little one. It is not in cosmic order, nor is there reward for this kind of treatment, whoever it comes from. Look at Hector's work ethic, what it was like to do a project with him. There was high drive and precision at the beginning, with anxiety, overwhelm, and burnout, and finishing well at the end. Yes, that sigh is your receiving of the larger truth and play that there are good intentions at the start. The desire to make beneficial impact that falls away when he grows tired, anxious, feels unsure or inept, and simply wants to retreat from the task, for this one struggles with the continual mundane, monotonous work required to override karmic programming, DNA idiosyncrasies, and all of the lack he has experienced in this lifetime. No one wants to live from lack, little sister. This is reasonable. This is fair. Yet notice the difference in your two ways of engaging with the project. You thought ahead, you gathered, you prepared, you cleaned, you organized, while he slept, partied to excess, leaving him incapable of showing up well for the work, causing you to carry far more than your share of the load, which was nothing because he took on the assignment and did not give you one thing in it, not even the small purchase of a drink or filling your gas tank, while receiving much coin for what he literally could not have done without you. Therefore we say, this is a man currently in stingy,
self-aggrandizing nature while denigrating the one who made his work possible. Of course, he is your soulmate. Of course, you remember him. Of course, he tackled an extremely challenging incarnation with very little support, as has every one of the partners you have chosen. You say yes to those whose challenge pathways you admire, for you are a climber of mountains as well as a sea swimmer. And you have been loved by every man you have loved. You have simply not yet met one who has overcome programming, lack, or the primal mind to work with conscious awareness to embody new earth frequency. Of course, it hurts when men who love you do not behave lovingly toward you, instead causing harm to your well-being. And we do observe that today William cares very much about your well-being, yet he could still easily follow the "I will use deception to keep you" pathway, which is not in service to you. Your Hector looks fragile to you. We share he is not. He is incredibly driven in his survival choice of using helplessness and charm to get women to do the work he does not wish to, while he focuses on avoidance of Earth requirements so he can stay in the middle ground of not exiting the planet, but not committing to staying either. Of course, you are not comfortable with his hidden behaviors with women. And of course, these are not the same quality of relationship he feels with you. It has been said before by your angelic team, but we reiterate. Anytime a man is willing to lie to you about his sexual behavior, he immediately disqualifies himself as a partner, for sexual energy is creative life force. So then, he is coming into you with twisted life force rather than pouring true life force into your vessel, into your being. We are not applying judgment that Hector is in any way wrong for the way he is choosing to engage with his incarnation. But we would say he is deceptive on purpose, with purpose, to take from a woman what she would not give to him were he honest. And this contributes to planetary harm, not planetary flourishing. It contributes to relational harm, not true partnership. It contributes to separation from his original monad rather than reunion with it. Your advent on his grid is an opportunity for rising, as it has been for every partner you have chosen, because rising is possible. You have witnessed some of your husband's rising, some of his self-ownership, though his vibration cannot walk with yours, but this came through your leave-taking, not your staying. You have watched William rise, coming into more self-cohesion, yet this also came with your leaving, not your presence as lover. This has been long and wandering, but we have been glad to speak with you. We will close now by saying there is no judgment in a man or woman choosing multiple partners or in wishing to share in pleasure together with additional beings. Your Keith is an example of a man living in conscious masculinity and full integrity, honoring the needs of his wife first while speaking honestly about all that is within him. It is deception for selfish gain, where the cost required is harm to the woman you love above all others, that sets karma into motion. We grace you with upgraded technology now that lightens your load, brightens your field, and quiets your heart and mind with peace. Thank you for coming. We will see you again. So muchness. July 26, 2027, the Mayan Timekeepers. Oh, I wrote 2027 there. It's 2026. That's interesting. Let me fix that. July 26, 2026. I need to fix that. It's okay. I'll do it. It's fine. The Mayan Timekeepers are speaking. Daughter of the Light Brigade. Seraphina burning bright. Welcome to our sanctum. Welcome to our fire. We, your timekeeper friends, had hoped the one who looked like us would elevate at the advent of your presence on his timeline. Instead, he has devolved without making any effort to rise above base instincts or maladaptive coping mechanisms, which is his free choice, but he did miss an opportunity provided by fate that will not come around again. For you, there is already transformation, transmutation taking place, as well as a clarity about those who love you and are in your corner.
Hector has chosen to be a betrayer, as have many other karmic soul partners, and you are walking away more quickly than you ever have before. But in reality, you are simply walking forward, leaving him behind as is fitting. We are proud of you, as is the all. You have not sought out a partner or lesson ever. Men are magnetized to you, they pursue you, they worship at your altar for a moment, but not in a way that is sustainable or provides what you need. Sage clearing of self, of home, of bed, of car will assist in banishing Hector's energy, for a banishing is what he has earned with his siphoning of light, of love, of his divine feminine. There is a cost for engaging with other women close to you, and he must pay for it. What does that mean? That he must offer recompense, and offer he shall, for if a man does not pay in honor, he will balance his scales in loss. This all who have harmed you, all who have siphoned from you, will experience. We understand these things do not make sense to you, that they are nothing you need, nothing you would wish for or ask for, yet earthen law, cosmic law, and source principle of balance must be enacted. Therefore, be enacted they shall. Now what? You keep going. You keep going down the path you have chosen, walking with current companions and meeting new ones along the way. Your reputation expands because of your kindness to him. Hector's true colors show, wiping some of the shine off his charming facade that asks for accolades of many, while wounding the one who actually supported him. This is true in the same way your reputation grew during Magnus's cancer journey, for you were love personified, devotion personified, compassion in flesh, and all knew his pattern of rage, that he did not deserve one such as you. Instead, you were a gift offered. His children remember you and praise you. His family and extended circle see all the light and joy you offered, not just to them, to him, but to them. This is also true in your experience with Ranuel. When the entire gym watched you continue on in kindness and hospitality toward him and his new lover, he told you did not exist. Your pain in watching them come back into your shared space was visible. That it did not stop your kindness was more visible, and your friends honored you, even though he did not. Your reputation expanded through your journey with William and Iris's very painful death. The town, her school, the family, her wounded mother, your neighbors, extended network. Watched you hold them all, plan for meals, show for the children, keep William steady one day at a time, counsel, care, love, show up, pour out, pour out, pour out. Be the bridge between families when William or the children could not communicate, all while you were grieving and had a family of your own to care for. Hector's friends and extended community have watched you love him, watched you offer kindness, forgiveness, hospitality, genuine support and care, while knowing he is abusing your generosity. Yet your light shines, while his seems to be dimming and tarnishing. We are not reciting these things as an exercise in scorekeeping, rather to remind you of who you are, what you have sown, and all the beings who have witnessed your character, your values, your kindness, your grace, and how loved you are by the many, even from afar. Hurt people do not hurt people, for all experience hurt here on Gaia's terrain. Unevolved people hurt people and the planet. By this we mean those governed by the primitive DNA that is leaving the planet naturally live in service to self, while those who are working toward Earth's ascension live in service to the planet and to others. This is your desire, beloved Seraphina Stephanie, to be in service to the planet, to be in service to others. This you have been, this you are. All have loved you, each in their own way. All have desired you powerfully, and none have been true partners, for they have not and do not share your values. Hector may rise, yet his high heart is as capable as yours. There was a genuine recognition and alignment. He simply called you in at a time when he was deeply armored and in active addiction to what would quiet his pain, and at a season of strong self-hatred. No one being is only one note, one color, one truth. The primal has just as much right to exist as the love. And although all things that exist in some way image source, Therefore, unity in all things is a true truth. The fact that duality exists here on the earth plane also exists. And very often, duality by its very nature causes separation. With every being you choose to be in service of, light and love do imprint into the person, the places, the ley lines, the grid. And you know every time without fail when you are complete with someone that to continue on ceases to be love, becoming self-betrayal instead, for your high heart loves and values Stephanie as much as every other being she finds so very worthy and deserving. We have not spoken of what has been witnessed in your journey with your husband, but many are the eyes that have seen your love poured out for him and your family. The primary impact is on Elrond, who is the light of your life and a treasure of your soul. You are so worthy of all the love you give, daughter of the highest light. Think you that we, or God, or your guides, or the all would withhold from you? With every activation, you make the turn from grief to courage more quickly. And every time you make the turn, someone of significance who raises your exposure is right there. It is a thing of beauty, a thing of great beauty, to be so very devoted to those you love, those you claim. It is nothing to feel embarrassment for, as if you should be something less or something other than what you are. The man that values you instead of being triggered into defense or taker-style survival mode as if you are either a resource to claim or a threat to be defended against is here, dear Star Walker. And this will change your entire life. Again, we say you are witnessed by so many. A great cloud, yes. And all you have given comes back to you now. This is our solemn promise to you. And we who hold time on earth for earth know this to be true. We would also share any honor that wishes to come to you from a past lover, receive, for it is in full order. We leave you now to begin your day. Remember to sage, remember to clear. Light is here, you are one with it, and the oneness envelops you now. July 27, 2026, the Lemurian Healers are speaking. Sounds like there's a plane out there. Daughter, that you are moved by our transmission, feeling a heart activation, even in crown chakra opening, is lovely, because your entire light body is connected to itself in the same way it is connected to the all. As the Lemurian frequency of oneness, of harmony, of working together for the greater good washes over you now, receive that the greater good includes you. Receive that so many beings, collective rays, energies are working in your favor. You have experienced so little honor, so little return for your harmonic love with intention, yet the time for this to change is here, is now. There is a purity in your heart that reflects Lemurian mirroring. The truths of generosity given from your own desire, of compassion, empathy, eyes to see beyond the flesh into the being or into the wound. And this does make you a master healer, for the right seeing and the right naming must take place before medicine or surgery or extraction or touch can be applied in a way that is effective for the one in need. To your heart and the way its threads naturally entangle with those carrying deep wounds, we say, this is a beautiful gift to the being and to the planet on which you live. You need not be angry that men take what is so readily available, for you offer freely, neither desiring or requiring payment. It is a gift, and gifts by their very nature do not come with strings attached. The visual of Mary Poppins makes perfect sense here, for this is how you care for yourself, by leaving, by moving on to the next assignment when you know any further offering becomes martyrdom or a pain path for you, rather than expression of your natural light, your natural gifts. You are not a problem to be solved. Again, we say there is nothing wrong with the way you love or who you choose to offer love to. To the hurt in your heart and not being equally met by a divine lover yet, we apply gold in the vein of wabi-sabi. Treating the breakage and repair is a valuable part of your life's path, rather than damage to disguise. For while you do wish to bring our frequency to the earth plane, it is rarely found here. So then being equally met is a unique gift. It is incredibly beautiful to witness the way you remain open, dear one, open to people, open to spirit, open to new, open to change, open to love. You have gained wisdom in how long to stay with someone in need of your love who cannot reciprocate in kind. But nothing in you is stingy, is grown cold, is defended or defensive in this we honor. Ideally, healers do have protectors in their corner. Yet this you have learned to do for yourself, carrying all you need to journey well within your own vessel, which is another unique capacity. You do not pay betrayal with betrayal, humiliation with humiliation, cruelty with cruelty, and this we honor. We also honor the way you are valuing yourself as being worthy of protection and making choices that support the totality of yourself in form. You do not need to discern what is next in the fog of this liminal space, this corridor season. You have been so diligent in learning and growing and expanding past borders that hemmed you in. Continue on in your everyday life just as you have been, knowing you are orchestrating nothing alone, as if you are a resource to be never-endingly consumed with none to simply love you, choose to walk with you, instead run from you, for divinely orchestrated change is very near. Again, we say, you are not a freak, meant to journey alone, as if your seer, priestess, and alchemical gifts keep you separate from belonging or support. To choose to inhabit and express individual self in the way you do does separate you from the sleeping, but there is nothing for you to be gained with them. Those most deeply drawn to you are in process of awakening. Therefore, on occasion, you do get their fully alert selves. On other occasions, they're powered down selves. And most often, they're dozing in between self that can go either way. You do not need a spiritual partner, but you do need a man choosing to engage with life consciously. And this you shall have. Continue on in the graciousness you carry, that all are on journey, none are yet arrived, including yourself, and that there is purpose, there is something good to be gleaned in every relationship, every experience, every path, every leave-taking in your world. Hold higher light, for it is true. Continue on in higher love, for it is real. Continue on in faith. The plan and provision around you is thick, multi-layered, and unable to be missed. Do not worry about any you care for. They have their own maps, their own internal compass, their own choice points that are fully in service, and all is well, daughter of the heartbeat of Lemuria. We seal now the work we have been doing on your system. Crown is upgraded to hold deeper violet ray. Third eye continues to expand in how far it can see. Throat is fully open, able to speak inner truth and respond to the truths of another heart. Oh, your so big heart. It is green and gold, beautifully unique in the jewels that hearts are. Your solar plexus vibrates strength. Your sacral is both receptive and declarative. Your root is firmly anchored in Gaia's center, receiving all the nutrients available. You are protected. You are seen. You are honored. You are well. Be encouraged by your tribe this day, and do not quit early, wishing for a reunion it is not yet time for. You matter to us. You matter to the earth, to your collective, to your family, to your soul group, and to every individual whose life your radiance has touched. Be fortified. Hold the light. Keep going. July 28, 2026, Metatron is speaking. This is long. What are we at, 133? Good morning, daughter. As Tom sings, let us sit together for a moment and tune into your solar plexus. It is spinning nicely in the right direction, if perhaps a bit slowly. Let us speak to the sluggishness, asking if its load is willing to be lightened. Lovely. I speak now to all mechanisms providing a clunky turning to dissolve into softness. You need no gears to manage your inner sun, your inner light. See how much more brightness and swiftness in the turning has already come? Yes. As you connect with your own personal power, you become aware of how disconnected your Hector is from his. This is not shared to make excuses for him, to minimize the pain at his lacking in respect treatment. It is simply to share his motives were to build up a self that feels lacking, not in any way to bring pain to his woodland witch, who he truly does adore. If you have ears to hear, I will share the point of your journey with him, brief though it has been, and I smile that your first thought is, My rising. Your rising has already come, dear one. Hector entered your life to offer you a choice. Will you stand in your radiance as a daughter of the light? Or will you allow it to be dimmed by a man unable to find his own light, so he is moth to every powerful woman he crosses paths with, intuitively seeing her power source and thinking, if I can simply touch her flame, I will find my way out of the inner dark I live in? You and the women in your circle all carry strong I am life force. Keith and Aurelius are both powerful men who, in Hector's eyes, are worthy of emulation. He has had no one to teach him, daughter of my heart. You worked in Aurelius's energy field for 30 years, then his new lover brought an expanded pathway of self-ownership to him. Keith and his bride have learned integrity and self-ownership together. They are a beautiful pairing, whether they last forever or not. As we begin to send more light from the great central sun to your power center now, let us begin to send appreciation and gratitude to your solar plexus for how very hard it has worked to remain light source through a life journey where it was very unsupported, though you have had many good teachers through your lifetime. You have had my dear friend Yeshua the Christ, your cousin Angela, full of feminine fire and light, your sister in her immovability toward the love she had chosen, your brother in his raging like a bull against all that would contain him, your father and his withdrawal from life force in a way you knew you did not wish to emulate, even as you honored him. There are many more teachers. Your cranial sacral therapist, the church collective, your husband, your children, the systems, theories, dogmas, and frameworks you have explored. But the reason teaching has been effective for you has been productive in bringing about continually renewed versions of Stephanie, of Seraphina, is because you love to learn. If one comes into a highly damaging patriarchal lineage with no structure to train up aligned masculinity, as Hector did, and if the feminine principle is weak, denigrated, harmed, taken advantage of, then he has not had a cohesive community to pour into him, to offer support, to offer clear mirroring of who he was, to offer any sort of pathway or mentorship. He has been very alone and very lonely, while you have always been deeply immersed in a wider community that was in reality supportive because it gave you opportunities to practice selfhood. Your extended family, the church family, your long marriage and mothering, painful though they have been, long-standing smaller groups that have carried presence and consistency. Through all of these, you have had containers to express the self you are, to learn the self you are, to be the self you are over and over and over again. Hector has lost almost everyone important to him, with very little consistency in his life path, and has just in this past 2 years found a brotherhood, found a family. Though there is longevity in his relationship with his ex-lover, she reads more as a child, not yet a woman. She cannot call him up, wake him up to all he might be, if he began to empower self rather than run from self or only live from his base chakras, base desires. You see him rightly, daughter of my heart. There are many distorted truths found in Scripture, but there is a pure frequency match in the line that refers to woman as a man's Ezer connecto. His warrior, his strong help, his perfect match. The masculine needs the feminine in order to rise, dear one. This is a true truth. Men do not rise without women. And a different opportunity is presented through partnered relating than comes through relating with mother, grandmother, sister, friend, though these bonds do carry great, important value. Yes, allow your heart to soften once more. None of this is shared to cause you to continue on with one who does not meet you. Instead, I wish your lens to broaden so that you depersonalize what was never intended to wound you, but did. It would be in service to both if you share the reasons for your withdrawal from intimate relating. In order for a man to have access to your heart and body, he must treasure them. This Hector has not done well, but also, can you blame him? To shoot his shot and have a divine counterpart say yes when he is not living from his divine spark, that is a wake-up call of epic proportions. The 3D experience is real, and it is not all that is. The 5D truths are real, and they are not the only timelines running. When you layer them on top of each other, this is when you get the most clear picture, beloved. Where I would like you to go with today's transmission is to stay high. Do not devolve into bitterness, pettiness, gossip, or a desire to pay back pain with pain. Your ego does not need protection here. You are well resourced on all fronts. Hector is not. You need not hold to any rigid man-made theory that boundaries must stay in place till he comes correct, because your solar plexus is fully functioning and your sacral center knows. The wisdom you need to direct your life is found within your body, and this you can trust. I would let him come to you. It is not your job to reach for him, or overcompensate for his lack. If he reaches for you, however, respond in whichever way you see fit. You will intuit what is right. You can trust yourself. Yes, we can send energy to the space between his heart and solar plexus, asking for a bridge to be built that he can cross if he chooses. He is in alignment with the bridge construction, therefore it is a sound prayer to offer the all, believing it will come, whichever way is right for Hector. Your love for him has been a gift. Your belief that you can make a difference when the wounded masculine comes to you is not misplaced, for if you only offered light to those already in the light, how would it spread? You offer, but then allow the recipient all their free choice in how to respond. In that same vein, Aurelius's future, his career loss, and his next steps have nothing to do with you, dear one. You can be kind, you can support from a distance, but your pathways separate very soon. I remind you, he has his own guides and guidance. The season of you being his, either connecto, is long past. But were I to advise him in the search, I would say yes to opportunities even when they were foreign or strange, for Aurelius calls up a new way of being. Aquarius calls up a new way of being. And we're moving into the age of Aquarius and multiple friends. Aurelius's Mars is in Leo, and it is currently past as the South Node spends a moment there. Forward motion is the eccentric, the out of the box, the unknown. Community and collaboration are important themes for him. The feral cat lover will care for him well. This is as it should be. Be open to eccentric opportunities of your own, dear one, for all you have been waiting for, working for, calling up is near. It is very, very near. Let go with you, love envelop you, faith move mountains on your behalf, and the radiance of the light brigade shine from within you, so that all the change you wish to make, wish to be, comes. Holy hell. 1:42 minutes. I must have been present a lot in the ethers in July. We've got a couple more. Maybe talk faster. July 29, 2026, my Lyran family, the planet Lyra, is speaking. There is always hope, daughter of kings and kingdoms. There is always hope to be found, for it exists as an energy, a frequency. Therefore, it can always be tapped into. Remembering this and asking for connection with it when you are deeply discouraged is in order. The frequency of miracles exists. Align with it now and see what comes. The frequency of divine union exists. Become one with it now and watch your lover, whoever he may be, rise to join you. We are your Lyran forefathers, foremothers, grandparents, High Council, reminding you that as the 8-8 portal opens, we who left our world in anguish and great distress also founded new colonies that became civilizations through these 3 frequencies. Hope, the miraculous, and divine union. You are endeavoring to do the same without leaving your planet. You are committed to the rising here, not the flourishing elsewhere through abdication, though you do not judge this pathway. You are purposed and purposeful in all things, taking so very seriously your vessel of loveness, and working subversively to turn all you meet through loving kindness rather than actively fighting against what is leaving, what must leave. You choose powerful, powerful men stuck in low vibration who have capacity to rise, for in their rising, they would lead others. There is no pathology in this. The harm comes when you sink under the weight of heartbreak at their inability or their unwillingness to choose conscious partnership with you for however long it is aligned. Shine your light, radiant Lyrabelle. Open your heart, offer your heart, and honor your masculine's free choice. If he says no, move on quickly. Do not linger, for you do have a mission, and if the operatives you choose to work with cannot remember or prefer to stay within the matrix, let them. Do not turn back. Do not cease forward movement, for the path is leading you to the ley lines needing your impact, and you must have one with you strong enough to support you so that your heart light continues to expand. Those who dim it, or worse, who damage it, have no business with you, no matter how beloved they are. You did not come for the one. You came for the planet. You came for Gaia herself. You came with your family. You came for the all. In light of the truths we began with, we will offer you expanded vision now. Repeat after me, please. Oh, this one is powerful. Oof. So I'm repeating after this feline ancestor who is speaking. He says, I believe for the miracle timeline. I align with the miracle timeline. I choose the miracle timeline, and do not judge what it may be or the results that come from it. For though I have eyes to see much, I cannot see all. I am creator and created at once. I choose to hold both the maker and the surrender in my being at the same time. The companions I walk with will walk with me or be left behind, for I know who I am, and I am sure of where I'm going. My star family watches over me and supports me. The moon mother shines enough light to guide my steps. The ships are near enough to offer the technologies that I need. He pauses and asking me to repeat that and says, though we have less connection with the angelics, we know they are available to you. Therefore, we add these lines for you to speak aloud. I call on my angelic council now to seal this support around me in impenetrable circle, for I chose the priestess pathway through the way of the rose, believing a way far from war was in higher service, and in higher service it shall be. It will also serve me, for I am and ever have been a valued and valuable part of the all, whose hopes, dreams, beliefs, and actions contribute to the changing of the grid to hold more light, so that those who are ready to return to light may see the path before them. The reign of darkness, of dark matter, falls now. Hope is come, and her name is Anahara. So it is, and so it shall be. And I take a minute to, what is Anahara? I have no idea. It's a Hebrew Arabic word meaning brightness, radiance, or angel, which is so lovely. Work in your earth, clearing storm debris this morning, as you need grounding after our frequency, after our messaging. Leo season is the turn you have been working for, been waiting for all that is right for you is magnetized to you with nothing standing in its way. All barriers are fallen. All barriers fall now. We love you, daughter of high kings and kingdoms. The light rises. Its rising includes yours. Go now, enjoy at reunion, knowing we are watching, we are here. We lend our strength to yours. All you envision is here, is now. Good Lord, do we have 2 days left? Did I channel every day? I did. 2 fucking days. 2 days left. YouTube won't care if I curse. I'm not monetized. July 30, 2026. The women who weave are speaking. Beloved daughter, what you need to see is that your heart is beautiful, and there are those who see its beauty but wish to steal it without offering what it costs to rightly have it, for they do not possess what is needed to hold it. We, the women who weave, say, you need not grieve this lack of kindness, for Hector did and does see your value. He simply does not possess the resources to hold it. That is all that is taking place. There is no intentional trying to pull you down to a lower level. He does not like wounding you. Neither will he currently make it right. We will offer you as much information as will help you make sense of what does not make sense, because you do know his heart. You have seen its beauty. You have seen its goodness toward you, and you have been held so closely to it. All of these things are true. And Hector is more than his heart. Perhaps a more full way of saying it may be, Hector is not yet living from his heart as source, though one day he may. So there is resonance between you, and there is not. He is sorry he hurt you. He knows you did not deserve it, that what he was laying at your feet were harms that had come to him through other past people. He recognized you, beautiful one. It is all right to let go and grieve what is no more. For letting go of the mismatched energy he brought, the incoherence of words and behavior, the expectation that you would be unconditionally forgiving lover there for him that he did not need to show up for, opens you to have space for connections with partners that can. And if they cannot, we'll figure out how to give to you, because losing you is worse than trying and failing, or trying but have you say, oh, no thank you. This was not enough. It is far easier to outsource the inner conflict to his ego, allowing it to protest the unfairness of you not bringing your totality to him when he knew exactly what his actions were, that he was withholding applicable truths from you. He kicks back against the needs of a lover, the needs of a aligned relationship. Far easier to choose an unavailable, an unkind woman, blaming the lack of successful union on his worthiness wound, rather than on his active unwillingness to risk true partnering. In this way, you actually sit in an incredibly high value spot, for he did see you, know you want all you offered, while also knowing he would hurt you far worse than this if he tried when he had not done the inner work. And he has not yet done the inner work. In your eyes to see that all that is, do not hide from this truth. He loves you, and he is not ready to love you. Let him protect you in the only way he is able right now, and let him go. To the part of you that protests at having found him, only to lose him yet again, we would say, there are no true losses. Only shiftings of the loom to make way for the next pattern, the next color, the next segment, the next weave. Nothing behind you ever goes away. It remains for always. This you are sure of, this you know. Look at your beloved one, Stephanie. Look at Hector straight in the totality of his current life path, of his current existence. Do you really think this version of him can partner you? We smile with you, for there is a bit of Ariel the mermaid with Eric in this, yes, saying, but Daddy, I love him. We would also add Ursula the Sea Witch's line that you love dearly. It won't cost much, just your soul. There is love between you. Intimacy you have never felt before. Homecoming, resonance, frequency, heart match of the highest order. All of these things are real, are true. Hector feels them as deeply as you do. But he is the one who must bear the totality of change in order to align with you. He is not 25, but his choices reflect those of one who has not hit his Saturn return or full maturity, while his energy sits in feminine receptivity or seduction as a means to get someone to care for him, rather than pursuing a feminine from his own yang energy, which he does possess in spades. Hector is something of a siren, yes. He does not wish to lure any to their death, but he does wish to siphon life force, sacral root, and solar plexus energy, so he has fuel to keep going, because he does not yet know how to generate his own inner fuel. None of this is your job to teach him. If you continue to engage, you will begin to get the ick, for he has stopped offering you heart-centered energy. He is not building you up. Your feelings would have changed very shortly had you not walked away from each other now. He feels deeply, yes, but this does not make him automatically generous to others. He feels his own pain deeply. He is primarily defended against yours. There is desire, need, want, ache inside of him for you. None of this means he can meet you. The time is here for you to leave him to his weave, the co-creation of his free will with the will of others and that of fate, and continue making your own tapestry, for it is beautiful, brilliant, vibrant, and has no need for chaos to come and provide interest. As all your other friends, family, and guidance have shared, keep going. That is the work for you right now. Simply put one foot in front of the other and keep going, knowing each step creates more thread to work with, and who knows what beautiful texture will evolve with a new weave begun. Leave him to do as he wishes. You have harmed none, certainly not Hector. But if you continue with him, you will be harming yourself. And this none will stand for. If you wish to be in service, give him time. Give him space to own his choices, his impact, his endless need for validation, and see what he may choose going forward. We close with blessing. You are seen by far more than this one, heart-wrenchingly familiar to you though he was, and love accepts the reality that is without demand that it be anything else, so that a fairy tale, fantasy, or mirage can continue. Your miracle is here, daughter of the light. You cannot miss it. Do we need this last one? This Archangel Michael talking to Hector specific. Tells him he's special. I'm like, don't be mean to him. He's like, no, I would never. He blesses Hector. Not a journey of perfection. Yeah, it's not necessary. Okay, we did it, fam. July 2026 is closed. If you, if I stuck with me, good luck to us all. All right, see you next month.